normally, Rain would be here. Shout out to Rain, shout out to Sirelli, shout out to Tongo. Rain would normally be here. He would normally do a roundup. But obviously Rain's not here. So today we're doing Wagwan with Wiley.
Wagwan.
I just thought I would come with the W's and the W's and W's. So
trying to arrange roundup thing,
you know? Got to come up with something. So in the news right now is Thomas Partey. The sides say it all. So he's facing currently 5 charges of rape. Now the question is, two points to it. One, should Arsenal have done something at the point of where he was being investigated? Because we understand this has been going on for 2 years now. Nearly 3 years. And 2, what is going on with footballers and these young men and finding themselves in these positions where they shouldn't do? And I'm thinking more of the Benjamin Mendy's, the Chet Evans, these footballers. How are they finding themselves in it? So let me go straight default to the Arsenal man. Do you think your club should have handled it any differently?
Ex-Arsenal players.
Yes, well, but at the point when
I don't want to influence because the investigation is still live. True. So we don't know who's watching this. I don't want to influence it. However, I've got a double strand of thought. All jokes aside, if there's suspicion, that's one thing. If there's conviction, that's another. So I could suspect all of you for doing exactly the same thing. If it's just suspicion with no evidence, hasn't gone to trial, hasn't been brought, blah, 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 it's still just suspicion. Do you get what I mean? Mm. Unless internally we have evidence to say we actually know this has happened. So we're going to suspend you pending an investigation, then that's something else. However, because this didn't necessarily happen in your workplace, then I say you have to follow the system of the law of the land that you're in. This is one school of thought. The other school of thought, which I'm not too happy about with Arsenal, is if they knew and were trying to be clever and cover it up, because the part that I'm still wrestling with is his contract finished on the 1st of August and the arrest was made on the 3rd of August.
But don't forget, Arsenal still was trying to sign him, re-sign him as well.
Yeah. This was before the 1st of August. So
yeah.
Something had happened during whatever they was going through with their own investigations, where they thought to themselves, no God. Do you get what I mean? So at that point, something had changed, didn't it? Something had happened. And at that point, you have to say the integrity of the club, what happened? And then they're not going to say it because of what's going on now. And then by the time the trial's over and whatever else, they're going to say, well, he's been convicted or he's been let off and it's now no longer an issue. Here's a club statement and we're done. So I don't know, I'm 50-50 with it. However, until the trial is done, I'm just going to leave it where it is.
Leon, what's your take on it? What do you think about the whole situation in terms of how the club handled it?
It's difficult to say. I mean, in this country, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And at this point, we don't know all of the details of the case. So from an Arsenal perspective, it obviously looks bad because everyone assumes that he's guilty, but we've seen it with other players, like Mendy is a perfect example, where he was found innocent. And, you know, we're not saying that these guys never they've put themselves in a situation where they can easily be got out. But at the same time, if they're innocent of doing the things that they've been sort of charged with or accused of, I should say, I think the club has a duty to also take care not just of the player, but of the image. So I understand from both sides why Arsenal haven't done anything. And right now, I mean, hasn't he earned a move to another club already?
Yeah, did it well.
Exactly. And there's not really been much hoo-ha about it. So I think over here in this country, and I think in obviously some of America as well, once these things come out, I think everyone kind of goes at the club or goes at the team they play for immediately. But I am not sure if that's the right way to go about it. So I don't really have, I have to agree. If the club knows something, I can understand you basically suspending the player, putting them on garden leave, whatever, to make sure they're not playing. But if they don't have evidence and it has to still go to court, then I don't think they've done anything wrong in that instance.
See, I remember there was a, I'm not going to name him because he was never named in the media, but I remember he was playing for Everton
Gylfi Sigurdsson.
I didn't want to. I'm not going to name him.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
Sorry.
cool because we don't know because officially it wasn't ever named as. Allegedly, it was him. Allegedly, it was him. But the point being is, I remember there was a whole thing with him. He wasn't charged, but he was suspended by the club. He didn't play at all until his contract
career's
done.
over.
Yeah,
basically.
madness, buddy.
I'm actually not going to comment on it. To be fair, I'll let it go over to James and you lot do it. No, the reason why I say because you know what the funniest thing is how the club dealt with it. Do you know what I mean? They dealt with it like it got dealt with, and I don't think there's anything more to say about it. To be honest with you, what he's being charged with, you have to look at what he's being charged with. And when I looked into it, and I actually only looked into it today, and I saw what these are with relationships, things that have happened within a relationship, and what he's being charged with. So when you look into it, it's like, well, all right. I mean, these are just.
I think we just wait for the evidence.
Yeah,
and that's why I said there's not much to say.
You don't want to put yourself in.
Yeah.
As a flip to that though, and if we look at even if we're taking it aside, looking at the football element of it, you got the Ched Evans case, you got the Mendy case, but you've also got the actor, the Top Boy actor, is it Michael Ward?
Yeah.
What is going on that people are not being aware of what they can and can't do?
Because when you're famous, there's certain things that you can and can't do.
Access.
Like, do you know what I mean? When you're in the limelight, like there's certain precautions that you need to do before you do certain things. And like, if we all became famous in this room, I can't honestly sit there and say to you that I'm going to take those precautions before I go and do something. If I was doing something out there, I'd have to say to myself, well, look, you're going to sign this, I need you to do this, I need to video this, or whatever the situations that they have to deal with to get through. And some of them don't go through that, and then they get extorted. And that's what it's about.
So when it comes down to it, right, and I know this for facts, that a friend of mine who is a very close friend to a professional footballer, when they go out, my friend's job is to make sure any gal that
Circles.
their man are circling around, he'll just go to them and say, listen,
Not today.
no thanks. No, and these girls are like, rah, like he's a famous footballer, and I want to chat. Like, no. And any of the females that are allowed to chat to him, my friend's job is to take the woman aside, ask her a series of questions, and saying if you're going to do anything, you need to sign a non-disclosure. And it's all crazy. Like, it's all crazy. And when you think sometimes these people have like large entourages, I'm saying if it was like, as Buddy said, us, then Wiley, you're going to have to be the guy that with the paperwork and say, sign this, print this, video this, say, and it's all mad. However, we're looking at it like it's, like if we're going to be honest in it, like it's physical rape. Man has taken a woman down and physically just raped her.
Yeah. That's what I thought it
Whereas
was.
it could be,
It wasn't that.
we were having sex and she said, stop.
Yeah,
And I was like, not yet.
Yeah.
And that's enough. Do you get what I mean? Your agent ain't going to be in a room with you at the time saying, look, she said not yet, so I think you should finish. Do you get what I mean? So it's all about, it's this whole perception and like the whistles, when they whistle, they're loud now because you're getting trial by media. Do you get what I'm saying? So it comes down to a lot of things. And no disrespect, if a guy's or a woman in their early 20s, like earning a good load of money, go out and have a good time, see someone attractive and think to himself, I want to talk to that person a bit more, take them home and blah, blah, blah. If they've been drinking or under any influence, in the back of their mind, are they thinking, 1 second, let me get you to sign this or say that or whatever else the case is. So I think it's very difficult, but I do understand, and shout goes out to Man United, Alex Ferguson pressed all of his players, go and get married. I don't care how old you are, 16? Yeah, go. You got a
That's
fiance?
part of his interview process. Have
Yeah.
you got kids?
Yeah.
Have you got
Go and get married.
missus? How long have you been together? That's how he patterns them. But obviously, just to kind of jump on what you were talking about there, I think sometimes in them situations, with all those guys that you mentioned, they need to look a little bit closer to home, like in their circle. Because clearly, I know that when you're stepping out, if you've got, your name's out there and in the media, you should have certified people around you. You shouldn't be going out there, stepping out and just have a bag of yes man around you. Because
Yeah, but
that's
Lamont,
for me.
but say if you're just with the man them,
Right.
and you're having a drink, but the rest of us all having a drink, so now we're all under some form of influence.
I hear it.
Do you get what I mean?
I hear it, but I'm
You
just
also,
saying,
you
when you
also
get...
know the pitfalls of this. You
Right.
also know. You see how many men are getting accused of things, whether rightly or wrongly, you have to, if you're in the public eye, you have to know that these things can happen. So you have to make calculated decisions all the time.
But bro, I'm 17, I'm 18, I'm 23, I'm young. I've got in my pocket right now what you lot earn in a year.
I mean,
I've got that on me.
so the
So
two
I
count-
can do whatever I want. And all of my boys
There's-
are with me saying, look, if we go out in Citrus,
There's so much levels,
there's
though.
going to be champagne on tap. There's going to be party girls all around us. Like, everything's great. So is there going to be one of the boys saying, actually, lads,
You have to have someone. Though.
You have to.
no more
have someone
drinking.
There
like
has
that.
to be.
You have to
this,
be-
no
there
that.
has to be.
Can I
Pay
say something
pay
to you guys?
someone. You got that much money, you
Pay
pay someone to do
Can I say
that.
something to you
Fair
guys?
enough.
None of this is what he's getting done for. He's actually getting done for wrong hole.
Yeah.
So we can continue.
No, but the funny thing is,
That's one of the things.
It's
That is one of the things.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you.
It's not just that.
Not just that.
There's
It's not
five
just that.
counts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
five
there is.
counts.
There's five
One of
counts
them.
to the wrong.
No, there's about 3 of them that are that with 2 different girls.
But that's in terms of the party case. But in terms
in
of
general,
other
yeah,
cases,
people,
generally
Yeah.
we're seeing it societal wise.
The pattern.
It's a pattern. Sorry.
I think what I was gonna say as well. I think like the clubs need to do a bit more, especially for the younger, less mature professionals that they've got on their roster. Because ultimately, if they want to have like this figurehead that's gonna go out and represent them, then they need to put the right things in place to support them when they're stepping out because they're naive. Like a lot of these boys have
let's
been
be
in.
real.
One sec, but a lot of these boys have been in that kind of environment for their entire life, so they don't understand what it is to step out and draw a gal, talk to this person, talk to that person. They don't understand that when they're being ginnels, though, when someone's trying to talk to them and try and twang them a little bit to get them, go around there and talk to this gal and get, I want 20 bags tomorrow. Like they don't understand all of that. So for them, it's home, train, eat, go to gym and go play ball tomorrow. So there's a lot of naivety in there, and you touched on Ferguson. He was and is one of those guys that would say, this is what I'm expecting from my players, and this is the support we're going to put around them, the safety net, if you like. You can even call it helicopter managing. Do you know what I mean? Where they're on every button. But these boys are also got to look to themselves when they're getting into their 20s, 30s and say, what can I put in place around me? I need an extra safety blanket just to say, this is the distance I want. You said your brethren does the whole NDA. Good. That's what you should be doing.
That education has got to come from
has to.
somewhere else
Yeah.
because, as you said, it's about youth, right? They're young, they don't know. So that information has to come from senior players who've been down the road, players who've retired, who've been down this road. They need to not just educate those guys, they need to educate the people around them, their families, the friends. This is what it's going to be about. This is what you need to do. And you hear it all the time, retired players saying how they've ended up being extorted, they've lost money, they've lost families because of certain moves that they've made. But for them, that information needs to be passed down. That's the only way you're going to learn.
It's like, so the point I was going to make, it's like, as the clubs, we should be saying or pressing them to say, do you know what? You should have a player mentor system.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And part of the training is, you have to come, this is how you have to eat, this is what you have to, this is how you have to train, this is your morning routine, your evening routine, your night routine. But here's some mentorship. So someone's going to sit down with you, half hour a day, just chat to you, talk to you, just give you these skills that are not academic, innit? They're not read this book and learn this. So we're going to give you real life lessons to turn around and say, do you know what I mean? Drama students, whatever way you need to do it to get these people to understand. And what's crazy is like the situation that, as I said, like as Buddy mentioned, Thomas Partey's in and a few other players have been in, is as soon as these allegations come out, everyone distances themselves and it's now the player on their own. And I think that is disrespectful, especially when you got agents taking 15%, 10%, 12%, 20%. Like, I'm like, yo, so if you're my player and you get accused, when it comes to interviews, I'll be like, yeah, he don't talk. I speak for him.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I mean? That's that's as his mentor, as his representative, this is my job. All questions come through me. He just needs to sit there and just sip his water.
But to be fair, we never see them talk though.
No,
So that's a good thing, though.
but
They
this
are-
is the
they
thing.
are behind the
Because they
ball.
don't talk and because there's no representation,
It looks like
he's
they're
There's
guilty.
a lot of speculation.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So at the end of the day, I'm not even saying they need to come out and say he didn't do it or he did do it. It's as his representative, this is what we're saying. This is our official statement. Do you know what I mean? Any other questions, please wait till after the trial. Thank you for your patience. Good night. God bless.
Final point,
done.
James.
It's similar to what everyone else has said, if I'm being completely honest. But I think the main thing is education. I think you hit the nail on the head there. you have to have the education from the club for players to understand, because you will get trapped. And sometimes it's, as Pogba's found in different circumstances, sometimes it's from your own team.
Your own family.
So education and also wising up yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're your own person. So you've got to look after yourself as well.
Sorry, I know it's a final point, Wiley, but these youths are 18 and they're given 40 bag.
I mean,
a
look
week
very
contracts.
quickly, look at Lamine Yamal and the stories of him and all the older women. But that's a whole, anyway,
So
that's a whole
not
other
think it.
thing.
But
That's a
I'm
whole
just, I
other
appreciate
thing.
your point, but I'm just saying,
18
remember,
now.
you're 18 years old, you're 19 years old. To turn around and say, you know, have a little think about how this may look in the... You couldn't give one fly
hearing it.
because I got a painting over there that's licking her lips, looking at me. Do you know what I mean? Poured champagne over her face and said, lick me. All of a sudden, I'm not trying to hear nothing else. Testosterone hormones are going nuts. You can't turn around and say to me I should think or know better. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? Some of the nonsense we were doing when we were 18, 19 years old, or some of you man are still doing, do you get what I'm saying? It's like, I just say
Where do you draw the
they're
line?
young people in it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying male and female. So give them a chance. But there is one thing, I don't know which one of you said it, there are people out there that look to extort players. They go to certain bars, clubs, knowing that ballers are going to be there and will find pretty girls or whatever it is and say, yeah, go and talk to him, make sure you get his Instagram, make sure he gets his number, blah, blah, blah. And are kind of, I don't know, coaching, guiding, pimping, or whichever way you want to look at it. So there are a lot of scumbags in the world. We just need to protect these young people.